Hello and welcome to Galaxy TV News. My name is Iribami Salako. We begin with headlines. President Bola Tinubu to participate in the 6th Media Coordination Meeting of the African Union in Ghana on July 20. Plus on the news, House of Representatives Committee emphasized urgent need to revitalize Nigeria's economy and set it on a path of sustainable growth. From the international scene, thousands of holidaymakers are left in limbo for hours at UK airports after the Microsoft outage grounded more than 100 planes. Details of those and more coming your way shortly. To stay with us. Many thanks for joining us at this time. Now, details of the news. President Bola Tinubu will on Saturday, July 20, depart Abuja for Accra, Ghana to participate in the 6th Media Coordination Meeting of the African Union, the Regional Economic Communities, the Regional Mechanism, and the African Union member states. We have details in this report.
In his capacity as the chairman of ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, President Tinubu will address the meeting on the status of regional integration across various areas in Africa, highlighting the achievements and challenges encountered in West Africa since the last meeting in Nairobi, Kenya in July 2023. The President and Chairman of ECOWAS will present the 2024 report on the state of the community, focusing on peace, regional security, governance, economic integration, humanitarian and social development, energy, mines and agriculture. Chief Ajuri Ngilale, Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, in a statement, said the meeting will be convened under the AU theme of the year 2024, Educate and Skill Africa for the 21st Century. Ngilale said the media coordination meeting was conceptualized in 2017 as a principal forum for the AU and the RECs to align their work and coordinate the implementation of the continental integration agenda, replacing the June-July summits. In July 2023, President Tinubu, who was then elected as the chairman of ECOWAS, delivered his maiden speech at the AU 5th Media Coordination Meeting in Nairobi, Kenya, where he affirmed Africa's strength and the need for unity.
Now to legislative matters. The Nigerian Senate has expressed displeasure over the delay in execution of $2.8 billion at the Okuta-Kaduna-Kano AKK gas pipeline project by Brentex CPP Limited. We have more in this report.
Senate Committee on Local Content, chaired by Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and other committee members, took up management of Brentex CPP Limited on $1.27 billion station execution component. In his presentation, the chairman of Brentex CPP Limited, Sani Abubakar, lamented the parts of the delay in the execution of the contracts was attempt being made by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited and NPCL to descope $1.27 billion station component of the contract.
In partnership with any foreign company in the execution of your project?
No, we are not.
So it's 100%
Nigerian owned, yes.
100% Nigerian.
Nigerian owned, yes.
Thank you. Brentex, you could have gone 100% Nigerian as well. But again, you partnered with China because China was to bring the money, yes or no?
Empowers you to unilaterally reduce the amount of HCD that companies should provide. That's one. And two, you say that you provide the companies with a maximum. Surely if a company wants to provide more than the law requires, they should be allowed to. But for you to say they cannot go more, I put it to you, sir, that your job is to encourage local content, not to limit it.
Thank you, distinguished. There is a complication in this conversation that this committee will require to understand. When we say completion of the project first quarter of next year, as far as BCL is concerned, we are still asking NNPC which project. Is it the line pipe construction, which minus the crisis around Serkin Power, 815 kilometers there in Niger State, security issue? BCL could proudly say we finished the line pipe construction work.
Considering the scoping that is because they are not satisfied with the pace of work. Let's be very honest.
Okay.
They said the project was supposed to be completed in 2022. It wasn't completed.
Now to the Green Chambers, the House of Representatives Committee on Monitoring, Evaluation and Implementation of Legislative Agenda has emphasized the urgent need to revitalize Nigeria's economy and set it on a path of sustainable growth and development. The report.
According to the committee chairman, Honorable Patrick Umar, the task is a critical challenge that the current administration is committed to addressing. In line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed agenda and the legislative agenda of the 10th House of Representatives, specifically Agenda Number 4. Addressing journalists in Abuja on Friday, Honorable Umar stressed that Nigeria's reliance on oil is unsustainable and precarious, given the volatile international oil market and the global shift towards a net-zero carbon economy, advocating economic diversification, particularly through the development of green, blue, and digital resources. The National Roundtable, hosted by the committee, brought together stakeholders to assess Nigeria's economic challenges and to identify solutions with a focus on harnessing the country's blue, green, and digital potentials.
The unsustainability and precariousness of Nigeria's monocultural, oil-dependent economy cannot be overemphasized, particularly in the light of current economic challenges precipitated by the dynamics of the international oil market and the accelerating global transition to a net-zero carbon, non-fossil economy.
Meanwhile, cement producers in Nigeria have attributed the recent surge in cement prices to the high cost of production and importation of raw materials. The producers stated this during an investigative hearing conducted by the House of Representatives Committee on Solid Minerals, chaired by Honorable Jonathan Gaza. Chinedu Richard, Operations Director of Lafarage Africa PLC, explained that although Nigeria has some of the required materials, their low purity necessitates importation. He also cited the increase in foreign exchange rates as a significant factor contributing to the price hike. Chairman of the committee, Honorable Jonathan Gaza, expressed concern over the country's existing housing deficit, emphasizing that the increase in cement prices would exacerbate the issue, plunging Nigeria into a deeper housing crisis.
Most 88% of the cost structure in our business is exposed to FX. Let me start by saying here, Mr. Chairman, that the gas that we use for energy is 60 to 70% of the variable cost of producing cement. Gas represents 80 to 90% of that energy cost.
Agree with me that undoubtedly, just as air is to the human being, so is cement to the built industry. And with a housing gap of over 16 to 20 million in Nigeria, you know that cement plays an integral and critical role in the economic well-being of our country. I was reading somewhere today, and the Minister of Housing said that the Nigerian people will be needing at least 5 trillion annually.
You're still on to the news on Galaxy Television. Let's go on a break. When we come back, the news continues. We are glad to have you back. Now, for more updates and latest news, please visit our website www.galaxytvonline.com. Connect with us on our X handle at Galaxy TV. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Galaxy TV News. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Galaxy TV. Remember to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Galaxy TV. You can also avail our eyewitness feature via WhatsApp. If you have breaking news around you, simply share your story by sending short clips or videos of the news on 0818 6666 669. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. Now to security-related matters. 18 staff of the Britannia U company have been hospitalized following an explosion that rocked its FSBO ultimate rig in Esquivel's waterways of Warri's southwest local government area of Delta State. The victims were rescued on Friday by the personnel of the Forward Operating Base FOB Esquivels of the Nigerian Navy ship NNS Delta under Comrade Abba Moshe. The cause of the explosion is yet to be established, as a reliable source who craved anonymity disclosed the 19 persons were involved in the tragic incident, adding that one of the victims died during the explosion of the oil rig. The victims are presently receiving treatment at the Central Hospital in Warri as a result of exhaustion and burns sustained from the fire. The company, who owns the oil rig, are operators of Oil Mining Lease (OML) Nati in Ugolaha community in Focado's Burutu local government area of Delta and engages in oil exploration. Meanwhile, operatives of the Nigerian Navy ship NNS Delta, who took the rescued victims to the Warri Central Hospital, have cordoned off the area as part of security measures to ward off intruders. The National Emergency Management Agency says it is committed to deepening efforts towards surmounting floodings in affected areas across Kaduna State. Ishaya Shinoko, Acting Zonal Director, Northwest Zone, stated this at a sensitization program in Kaduna on awareness and proper waste management and flood preparedness. Chinoko stressed the need for the residents to desist from dumping refuse in waterways as the rainy season set in. Other stakeholders at the program emphasized the essence and need to educate the residents of the state on the possible actions and need for the communities to comply with early warning alerts.
The urban plot is as a result of human activities. People build along waterways. People who put waste along water channel. Now, you should know that rainfalls are natural occurrence. Now, when they come, you cannot stop water from flowing, especially where it is where it is too much. So when you block the channel, definitely it will affect you.
These are components that induces urban floods and related disasters. However, our own planners too, the Kasubda, must also have to be alive, building a projection.
Let us advise. I don't know the agencies that are responsible for those. If people want to build, let's advise them that, if possible, let us minimize the use of interlocks in our house, because it disrupts the infiltration. Water will not infiltrate to recharge our groundwater.
The Nigerian Correctional Service has released the information on some escapees from the Medium Security Custodial Center, Suleja FCT Command. recalled that a heavy downpour, which occurred on 24 April 2014, led to the collapse of the facility's perimeter wall, during which some of the inmates flee from the facility. The National Public Relations Officer of Nigeria Correctional Center and an Assistant Controller of Corrections, Abubakar Umar, said the action was necessitated in an effort to recapture them and bring them back to custody. He added that the information of the fugitives were published for sister security agencies as well as the general public to look out for them in an attempt to recapture them and bring them back to the facility. The statement advised members of the public to cooperate with the service to recapture the fleeing inmates as a posed danger to public safety and national security. It also enjoined the general public that the Nigerian Correctional Service has since deployed overt and covert strategies towards recapturing all escapees, while ensuring that security in custodial facilities nationwide is beefed up to forestall any security breaches. The statement added that if any of the escapees is sighted, the public should report to the nearest security agent or agency. The Edo State Police Commander has confirmed the killing of an Inspector of Police attached to the governorship candidate of APC, Monday Pebolo. This was disclosed by the State Police Command spokesperson, Chidi Nwabuzo, while briefing journalists at the command's headquarters in Benin City. Correspondent Dele Fasson has more.
The killing of the APC governorship candidate's aide, identified as Inspector Onu, has raised the security alert level in the state to an all-time high as we approach the September 21 governorship election. Police spokesperson Chidi Nwabuzo, while addressing journalists, narrated how the inspector was killed.
Their supporters gathered around them outside the exit gate of Benin Airport, chanting songs, and suddenly, there was shooting incident that stray bullets affected a police inspector attached to the APC gubernatorial candidate.
He called on political parties to play by the rules and maintain peace in going about their campaigns. From Benin City, Dele Fasson reporting for Galaxy News.
The command want to say that this very incident that happened is under investigation, and command want to warn the general public, especially those from other parties, political talks, cognate members of political parties, to maintain peace.
Still on that story, Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki has said that the Edo State government has rejigged its strategy in ensuring that the gang responsible for the killing of the police inspector in Benin is brought to book. Governor Obaseki made this known at the end of an emergency security meeting with state security chiefs at the government house in Benin City. He said some gang members have been identified and security agencies will ensure they are raided and perpetrators apprehended.
Of the strategy will be that raids will be carried out and the homes of identified members of those gangs will be raided. We will intensify moves and activities to locate people who are keeping arms in the communities and in their homes.
He stressed that the Security Council also identified some local government areas which are hotspots that needs attention.
To analyzed in depth the security incidents report that was presented, and that report revealed that there are about 4 or 5 local governments that we need to focus on specifically.
In line with the mandate of the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Emmanuel Ogala, in ensuring that national assets are protected across the country, the Nigerian Navy ship NNS Delta and other units of the Nigerian Navy in Warri have embarked on a shooting range exercise for combat readiness at the 4 Brigade range in Benin City. Our correspondent, Dele Fason, completes the story.
The sound of gunshot which rent the air in the first day of the 2-day range event and the physical fitness of officers and men of the Nigerian Navy shows their level of preparedness in tackling internal and external threats within their area of operation. The commanding officer, NNS Delta, Commodore Abba Musi, represented by the executive officer, Navy Captain Solomon Paul, spoke on the biannual exercise.
Here, for the Nigerian Navy biannual small arms firing exercise at the 4 Brigade Garrison Nigerian Army shooting range, Benin. The exercise is aimed at enhancing weapon handling proficiency in our personnel, combat readiness, and operational capability.
He advised officers and men of the various units in Warri on the need to be dedicated.
The officers and the men, I will advise us to take this exercise very seriously with utmost dedication, because this will enhance our successes in the performance of our constitutional role.
What we are witnessing here today is not a war situation, but the Nigerian Navy, all the units of the Nigerian Navy in Warri are in a combat readiness exercise in this shooting range here at the 4th Brigade in Benin City to show that they are ready to face any stiff opposition that comes their way in ensuring that the Niger Delta territorial waters is safe for business. From the 4 Brigade shooting range in Benin City, Dele Fason reporting for Galaxy News.
Now, we move to the international desk for more news.
Hello and welcome to the Foreign News. Thousands of holidaymakers were left in limbo for hours at UK airport today after the Microsoft outage grounded more than 100 planes. The IT pandemonium led to bedlam and huge 3-hour queues at Gatwick Airport, with holidaymakers struggling to check in. Meanwhile, at Stansted and Edinburgh Airport, lines of queuing passengers have been seen stretching outside the terminals. Today was due to be the busiest day for UK flight departures since October 2019 before COVID, with more than 3,214 planned, according to research firm Curium. It said 52 flights departing the UK and 51 coming into the UK had been cancelled as of midday. More than 1,300 were cancelled globally. Passengers have been left to sizzle in long lines as a mini heat wave brought temperatures at 31 Celsius to southeast England, with the day set to be the hottest of the year so far.
And that's it for now, but do join us at 9 p.m. for our prime time news. My name is Iribami Salako. See you then.
At a glance this weekend, Friday.